So a few months back, Sony announced this handheld device called Project Q. And people were disappointed to find out that it was more of like a remote play device rather than a dedicated handheld. But we didn't know too many details at the time. 3 months ago during the PlayStation Showcase, we got a first glimpse at the hardware itself, which is basically a DualSense controller split in half, then a screen attached in the middle. And then they also talked about these earbuds that you'd be able to use with the PlayStation Q device. And so this is the lineup that they announced back then. This was 3 months ago, May 24th, 2023. Fast forward to August, and we have an official name for the device, and we have some details about its capabilities, its hardware, its components, and man, it is baffling what they've done with this. And there's one element in particular that's pretty anti-consumer that I especially want to highlight because it makes the price of the device more expensive than they announced it to be if audio is a key factor for you. So here's the official full unveiling of the device. This is a PlayStation blog post from August 23rd, 2023. And you can see right here that this handheld is called PlayStation Portal. The acronym of it is in fact PSP, but it's not the PSP many people desired. But it does offer remote play functionality for those who do use that, and they've officially priced it at $200, which is still affordable, but people are still finding reasons to justify a purchase because the device does not offer many more functionalities beyond just remote play. In fact, it doesn't offer any additional functionalities at all, which is a bit disappointing. There's no sort of internal processing. There's no operating system. I mean, there is some kind of operating system in there, but it's not one that you'll be able to interact with to install things on it or to access features like media playback. It's just a remote play only software that's integrated in there. And so the functionality of this device is just very limited. This is what the device looks like. This is an official render of the device. And scrolling down, you'll find some details about how the PlayStation Portal remote player brings the PS5 experience to the palm of your hand. So it's got DualSense wireless controller functionalities like adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. Again, the actual input method is just straight up the DualSense controller. You can see it looks exactly like it. And so it's got all of the same functionalities. The screen itself has been confirmed to be an 8-inch LCD screen. It's disappointing that it's not OLED. I guess it helps bring the price down, but still OLED tends to be the ideal choice for handheld devices these days because the colors just pop more. The blacks can be truly black. The contrast ratio is significantly greater, and so the colors just are a lot more vibrant, and it makes for just better looking images for gaming at least. But the fact that it's a large 8-inch display does mean that visibility is probably not going to be an issue, on top of the fact that the resolution for this device maxes out at 1080p 60 FPS, which is definitely ideal. As for what the use case for this, I don't want to call it portable console. It's an accessory. That's how PlayStation has marketed it, and that's what the product is. As for what the use case of this PlayStation accessory is, the perfect device for gamers in households where they might need to share their living room TV or they want to play PS5 games in another room. It's the same use case proposed by the Wii U. That's basically what this is. Now, this particular handheld does allow you to take the device outside of your home, and as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection on your PlayStation 5 that this PlayStation Portal is linked to, also is connected to the internet, you can access your PlayStation 5 from pretty much anywhere in the world, though how well that works obviously remains to be seen. But there is no special functionality with the PlayStation Portal when it comes to how it does remote play. It is going to be strictly over Wi-Fi. So obviously how good and stable your internet connection is will play a large role in how good the image quality of the stream is and whether there's a lot of latency. That's something that a lot of people are going to have to consider because not everyone has the internet capability to use a device like this. The promise with this device is that when you use it, you'll be able to swiftly jump from playing on your PlayStation 5 to your PlayStation Portal and vice versa. Now, here's where some of the baffling elements of this device comes in, starting with the fact that you cannot use the PlayStation Plus Premium's cloud streaming service on this device. This is a device dedicated to streaming, so you would think that beyond just remote play, they would also allow you to stream via one of PlayStation Plus's flagship services, cloud gaming, but cloud gaming is not a part of the deal here, which is really, really baffling. If you're going to make a streaming handheld device, at the very least offer all of the streaming functionalities that PlayStation allows, but for some reason, cloud streaming is just not a part of the package, which feels like a huge missed opportunity and devalues the device. But here's the real kicker. When it comes to audio options, you either have the small speakers that numerous news outlets have confirmed is equipped on this device, or you can do 3.5 millimeter audio jack for wired audio. But a lot of people these days tend to have some kind of wireless device via Bluetooth. But unfortunately, this device, for whatever reason, does not come with Bluetooth connectivity. What that means is that the PlayStation Portal is not compatible with all of the Bluetooth-enabled audio devices that you already own, be it headsets or earbuds or speakers. Instead, for wireless audio, PlayStation Portal uses PlayStation's proprietary technology known as PlayStation Link. And so the only way to get wireless audio with this device is to purchase PlayStation's earbuds and headsets in the form of Pulse Elite wireless headset and Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds. Pictured here, this is the headset and these are the earbuds. And these are not cheap either. The Pulse Elite headset will set you back $150 and the Pulse Explorer earbuds will set you back $200, which is the price of the PlayStation Portal device itself. Now, some of you might already own a Pulse 3D wireless headset, which is compatible with the PlayStation 5, and you might be thinking, well, at least I already own this headset. This surely is compatible with the PlayStation Portal, right? Nope. The Pulse 3D wireless headset does not have PlayStation Link technology integrated into it. It is strictly Bluetooth, so it is not compatible with the PlayStation Portal. If you already own a Pulse 3D wireless headset and you want that wireless audio experience, you're out of luck. You're going to have to shell out another $150 to get the Pulse Elite headset. I imagine there will be a lot of confusion on this front with people who already own the Pulse 3D wireless headset and will try to connect it with the Portal device, but it will not work and they'll wonder what the hell is going on. And I can also imagine situations where people will get the wrong headset because the names are so similar. And also the two devices very much do look alike. This is the Pulse 3D and this is the Pulse Elite. Yes, there's a different shape to the tip here, but other than that, they look similar enough where I can imagine people confusing the two devices just based on their appearance and their similarities. So they might be browsing through store shelves and pick up a Pulse 3D wireless headset instead, thinking that it's compatible with the Portal, thinking that this is the Pulse Elite when it's not. So aside from this being kind of confusing, it's also detrimental to those who bought a Pulse 3D wireless headset believing that this would have longevity and compatibility across all elements of the PlayStation platform. But now we're learning that this is a more obsolete version of the Pulse headset, that you should have waited for this one instead, which has both Bluetooth and PlayStation Link. The big selling point of PlayStation Portal is convenience, the ability to take your PlayStation 5 games on the go for when the TV is in use, or when you want to take it to another room for whatever reason, or you want to play your PlayStation 5 games in a more intimate setting, say, lying in your bed right before you go to sleep, whatever it is, or if you want to take it outside of your home, if you have a good internet connection wherever you take your PlayStation Portal. And a big part of that convenience is audio experience, not having a wire to worry about, being able to just kind of have this device without anything intruding. And when you're essentially selling that as a separate feature for $150 to $200, that is a huge detriment to the device's value. Those who want the best and most convenient audio experience have to shell out this extra money that brings the device's total price point closer to $350 to $400. That's what PlayStation has done by relegating the wireless audio experience of this device to PlayStation Link's proprietary audio technology, which is reminiscent of what they pulled with the PlayStation Portable when they decided to forego implementing the ability for people to use SD cards and instead force people to buy memory sticks, PlayStation's own proprietary memory technology that made the device a lot more expensive than it was advertised to be because, well, for PlayStation Portable, the memory stick was a requirement if you wanted to store more games on it. With the audio experience of PlayStation Portal, you could use a wired 3.5 millimeter setup. But in this day and age, a lot of people go for a wireless experience. Sony and PlayStation know this, and now they're deciding to try to squeeze more money out of people with these devices with a proprietary technology that makes it way less convenient for people to be able to use wireless audio. Like, it'd be one thing if they implemented both PlayStation Link and Bluetooth so that people can choose between using their own existing wireless Bluetooth headsets or earbuds, or go with PlayStation's custom-made headsets and earbuds with their own custom technology. But there is no choice here. They're forcing you to get these expensive wireless audio devices sold by PlayStation. I mean, what year is it for a computing device to not have any sort of Bluetooth functionality in 2023? That is straight up not acceptable, especially when the consequence of that is strong-arming people to spend $150 to $200 more to get a more convenient audio experience. Now, the Pulse Elite headset and the Pulse Explorer earbuds do have Bluetooth functionality so that you can use them with other devices outside the PlayStation Portal or PlayStation devices. So if these are your first ever wireless earbuds or wireless headsets, then maybe it doesn't make a difference for you. But for someone like me who already owns a pair of wireless earbuds or wireless headsets, this right here is very frustrating, especially realizing that I own a Pulse 3D wireless headset, but I can't connect it to my Portal if I want to take my Portal on the go. And the scummy thing is that this PlayStation blog post does not mention the lack of Bluetooth functionality on the PlayStation Portal. News outlets had to come out and confirm this, which is exactly what Tom Warren did here in this tweet, where he highlighted all of the things that Sony PlayStation Portal is lacking. No Bluetooth, you have to buy new PlayStation Link compatible headsets. No local play, not even media playback. In that sense, the PlayStation Portal is a worse option than, say, the Backbone, which you can attach a smartphone device to. The smartphone itself does offer local play on top of media playback, on top of Bluetooth. You just have to buy this thing right here, which is significantly cheaper than a PlayStation Portal. And you can have significantly more functionalities on that setup than on the PlayStation Portal. And also, your phone does have 5G connectivity, so it's a lot more portable in that sense, where you can get internet connection anywhere and stream games remotely through this Backbone setup. Whereas with a PlayStation Portal, you strictly are confined to Wi-Fi. And in a lot of scenarios where I take portable devices to, say, on an airplane where the Wi-Fi connection sucks, or if I'm at a hotel where the Wi-Fi connection sucks, the PlayStation Portal probably can't stream games from my PlayStation 5 in the best and most efficient way. It'll probably see a lot of, artifacting, image quality downgrades, and latency that will make it not an ideal experience. So as a portable gaming device that takes PlayStation 5 games on the go by connecting to your PlayStation 5, the Wi-Fi connectivity restriction just means that there are a lot of limitations to where I can actually use the PlayStation Portal. What the PlayStation Portal does offer is the ergonomics of the DualSense controllers and all of its functionalities. It does offer a bigger 8-inch screen, which is great. But this was PlayStation's chance to really make the Portal stand out from other remote play setups, but they're kind of failing to do so by all of the different ways they're shooting themselves in the foot with the lack of certain functionalities here. The fact that there is no PS5 Cloud Streaming, that is a huge missed opportunity. And then there is the issue of battery life, which is something that they have not detailed based on what numerous media outlets have reported. Sony have not completely locked something down yet. They're still tweaking things. But apparently they're targeting the same battery life as DualSense controllers, which can vary anywhere from 6 to 12 hours, depending on how intensely its features are used by whatever game you're playing. The PlayStation Portal does have an 8-inch screen to power, though on the other hand, because it doesn't have any sort of local play functionalities, its hardware likely doesn't consume a whole lot of battery, so hopefully that does help improve battery life. But the fact that PlayStation isn't willing to share numbers currently, it doesn't express a whole lot of confidence, but we're going to have to see what tests say about that. But yeah, aside from the fact that this device being $200, its use case feels very niche, a lot of people have been pointing out the rather scummy feeling business tactic of excluding Bluetooth in such a way that it forces you to spend extra money on PlayStation Link-specific audio devices, and big tech reviewers like MKBHD highlighted this. You can see right here that gained a whole lot of traction, and he straight up says it exactly how it should be said.
Okay, so Sony just announced something called the PlayStation Portal. This is a portable gaming handheld with an 8-inch screen and DualSense controllers with all the same haptics as a normal controller, so you can experience PS5 games anywhere you go. And it's only $199, which seems pretty sweet. But then the thing is, the more I look into it, the worse it gets. First of all, it is a remote player accessory, so there's no local processing happening. It's not a console. So your PS5 has to be on and connected to the internet to do all the work. All right, fine. But worst of all, by far, is this thing doesn't have Bluetooth, so the only way to use wireless headphones officially is to use some PlayStation Link compatible headset, like the new $200 PlayStation Pulse Explorer earbuds. That might be the most outwardly anti-consumer feature in a new gadget I've seen in a long time. That's like, imagine if the new iPhone comes out and there's no Bluetooth this year and there's no headphone jack. So in order to use headphones, there's a new Apple wireless audio protocol that only works with AirPods. Even for Apple, that would be crazy. Tim, don't get any ideas.
When an idea is too crazy, even for Apple, that's when you know you've crossed the line. Other tweets that have gone viral include this one by Aero that compares the functionalities of the PlayStation Portal versus the Nintendo Switch Lite, both of which are $200. On the PlayStation Portal side of things, you need a PlayStation 5 console. It is a $200 accessory on top of your $400 to $500 PS5 purchase. Doesn't have Bluetooth, which again is the most baffling thing about this. Needs to be connected to Wi-Fi. Only works with Sony's PlayStation Link compatible headphones. And they claim 3 to 4 hour battery life as DualSense controllers. Again, we don't know anything about the battery life. I feel like the DualSense controller's battery life is better than 3 to 4 hours, but it's also not, Xbox controller level. On the other side of the fence, we got the Switch Lite, which is its own system, has Bluetooth, can play games offline or locally, works with all wireless headphones, and has 5.5 to 7 hours of battery life. Now, one potential advantage that the PlayStation Portal might have is that because it is a device dedicated to remote play, it might have proprietary ways in which the remote play experience is made better. This is what this particular YouTuber, Your Average Consumer, claims in this video, stating the following.
And from my understanding, this device should run remote play better than what we see on like a smartphone or a laptop. So any other devices that can use remote play, the PlayStation Portal should be more optimized to run smoothly compared to those devices.
Now, he doesn't really source that. He doesn't say whether he got that information from a PlayStation representative or what the technology behind why the PlayStation Portal does remote play better than other setups like the Backbone is. So I'm not going to take that as verified information, but if at the very least the PlayStation Portal does offer a significantly better streaming experience of games from your PlayStation 5, because of the way they engineered this device to be truly compatible with the PlayStation 5, and they just optimized it in such a way where remote play works significantly better on Portal than any other setup, then maybe that will give it a better value proposition. But even then, it's asking for a lot at $200 with no other functionalities aside from remote play, and forcing you to spend hundreds of dollars extra to get wireless audio on this thing because for whatever reason they decided to forgo Bluetooth, which is so freaking asinine. When you're introducing a device like this, you want to make the experience as frictionless as possible, and by making it so you have to buy an additional accessory for this accessory to get wireless audio, they're adding a whole lot of friction, especially at $150 to $200 extra on top of the $200 for the Portal itself. So yeah, there's not much about this device that's appealing to me, and I feel like there's not much about this that will be appealing to a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying that nobody will enjoy this device or find this useful, but again, the use case for this feels niche enough where I don't get the sense that this is going to be a particularly successful accessory. I don't suspect that it's going to garner a whole lot of attention or mass sales. But we'll see. I don't know. I do want to get my hands on it and maybe do some coverage on it and see whether there's something about this device that provides a better impression once I get my hands on it and I use it on a day-by-day basis. But in the meantime, I'm confused, baffled, and a little grossed out by the exclusion of Bluetooth. There's a $200 remote play accessory that paywalls wireless audio behind $150 to $200. That part really feels gross to me. But That's just one man's take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the PlayStation Portal. Do you think it's something that you'll be getting an accessory that can make your gaming life better and more convenient? Or are you in my camp where much of this device just feels uninteresting and very niche and unappealing in many regards? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.